No MARQUEZ replaced once again by Peco. No Martin, sadly, ongoing with that shoulder injury suffered in Motogp. He's replaced by Lorenzo Savadori. Espargaro back once again, replacing Maverick Vinales. And Augusto Fernandez, a Yamaha wildcard, getting in more key development on the new V4 powered YZR M1.
Interesting to expect a tyre management race in light of KTM, because managing tyres is something they manage with great difficulty. They're playing to their hands that others will also be on that soft tyre, whether they're in further trouble. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Pedro Acosta going from 5th on the grid, Paul Espargaro 12th, and Nea Bastianini's in 19th, 1 place behind Brad Binder. As Peco pulls to his customary pole position, I think we've given up trying to predict or work out what Peco is going to do from one weekend to the next, but the last time he took pole position and won the sprint, he did then back that up with Grand Prix victory. It's a third consecutive Sepang pole for Peco. Can he back that up with a third Sepang Motogp win?
He's had 5 pole, sprint win and Grand Prix win trebles previously in his career. Well set, certainly, to at least fight for that 6th. Let's go down onto the grid there. Congratulations once again to our 2025 Rookie of the Year, Fermin Aldeguer, on the 2nd row with Jack.
Yeah, Fermin was fantastic yesterday, of course, on the sprint podium, but unfortunately that penalty cost him. Fermin, this looks like it's going to be a real race of survival with everybody on the soft rear tyre. How do you feel ahead of it?
Yeah, for sure. Today the key of the race will be the manage of the rear tyre. I think the last part of the race will be very difficult and much slower than the first laps, but nothing. This is one of our stronger points. We try to manage in the best way as possible, and after finish in the best result as possible, because we did an incredible weekend and we have to be super happy.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks very much to Fermin Aldeguer. Congratulations once again to him for an incredible year, which was crowned Rookie of the Year yesterday. We just saw the grid graphic there with the tyre choices. The only anomaly on the front row of the grid was Alex Marquez and the Grazini Ducati. He clearly was on the soft front, soft rear tyre. Peco from Poland, Frankie Morelli 3rd, either side of the Spaniard. As it stands right now, that could change, of course. The 2 Italians, medium front, soft rear.
Yeah, the majority are soft. We've got Alex Rins, who's also medium front, Luca Marini and Raul Fernandez on the medium front, so too is Miguel Oliveira and Lorenzo Savadori further back. So the vast majority of the field are going for essentially the same tyre combination that they ran in the sprint yesterday.
Yes, you can see a worn front coming out of Frankie Morelli on the sighting lap there. That will now be changed over to what we expect to be then a brand new medium front tyre for Morelli. Just the 2nd front row of the year for the 30-year-old Italian, who has very happy memories of Sepang, Moto2 World Champion crowned here. So too, of course, was Alex Marquez in 2019, and so too was this rider on screen, who celebrated one of his 2 Moto2 successes here in Sepang, and he did it in spectacular fashion with a double backflip with his brother a few years ago, back in 2016. Still loving you 46. Well, it is, of course. We can't really go through the race day programme here in Sepang without mentioning that race, that Grand Prix 2015 Sepang, the clash, one of the biggest clashes of personalities, talents and egos we've ever seen. Valentino Rossi versus Marc Marquez, all the way back in 2015 in what proved to be a very controversial and pivotal Malaysian Grand Prix a decade ago.
New tyres been brought to the grid too for Johan Zarco. Yeah, given that you're going to need all the rubber you can get through this 20-lap Grand Prix, everyone of course taking some old worn tyres to the grid. Well, old tyres is Bastianini's forte really, as he sits in some much needed shade just underneath us in the grandstand. Bastianini 19th on the grid, but he just went back to Australia. He qualified 20th and was inside the top 10 at the end of both the sprint and the Grand Prix. He then came across the line yesterday in the final points position in 9th place. So one thing you can rest assured in is that if he's still in the race, Bastianini's going to be going forwards.
Feels like this is a tailor-made Grand Prix for Bastianini. He's not known as the Motogp tyre whisperer for nothing, isn't he? Whether it was on the Ducati back in the day or on the current KTM, he still does seem to be the master of still being able to get a lot of performance and speed out of a rapidly deteriorating rear tyre. So too, of course, Fermin Aldeguer falls back into that category. Well, Alex Marquez was the only outlier on that front row grid in terms of the front tyre choice. He was going soft. I wonder if that might have changed. Jack, back down to you.
Yeah, that's the least of his concerns right now. You might have heard in the back of shot, very, very rarely does a MotoGP bike get started on the grid. Normally, it only does if there's some kind of problem, and it seems to be there's a slight electronic issue potentially with Alex Marquez's crew. There's a couple of official Ducati personnel coming over and taking a look at the laptop. There doesn't seem to be too much frantic work. They are putting the brand new tyres into this one as things stand, but I'll stay with this and just try and work out exactly what's happening, because there's something out of the ordinary going on right now.
Yeah, thanks very much, Jack. I mean, these are intense, high-stress situations anyway, aren't they, when everything's running smoothly down on the grid. About to power away from second here on the front row into Bang.
Well, the pressure is removed from Alex Marquez, of course, having closed the runner-up spot in the championship yesterday, but he would have wanted to, with the benefit of that pressure being removed, to just go for it.